How do we feel about Israel? As we get into Surah Yusuf, we'll be studying the story of Yusuf alayhi salam and his father, Yaqub alayhi salam, whose name is also Israel alayhi salam. But not, let's just put it to the side so that the Zionists can have their fun in the comment section of this video, wherever they find it. We are not talking about the settler colonial project, the illegal, genocidal, maniacal state of Israel, which is a complete abomination of the name Israel that we attribute to Yaqub alayhi salam, nor the people that claim lineage, because neither of those things are true. Yaqub alayhi salam lived in a place, it was not called Israel, nor was it called Israel after he passed away, nor are the people who claim a connection through covenant or through lineage to be referred to in a noble way when they carry out these acts, these maniacal acts against our people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give victory to our brothers and sisters in Palestine. Allahumma ameen. So now that we've gotten that out the way, let's talk about Israel, the prophet, and why he's named that, and who he is, and what's the story behind his name, and what it means for us today. Because we're talking about claiming the purity of these things, the purity of these symbols. He has two names. One of them is Yaqub. And the name Yaqub comes from the word Aqib, which means successor. SubhanAllah, there's something so deeply profound about his name. There are multiple implications of his name. One of them, Aqib, is because he was born as a twin to his brother Al-Is. And he was the second twin. And so when he comes out of the womb, and you can imagine, subhanAllah, a family that struggled with the idea of lineage, the idea of children coming, right? Not only is the wife of Ishaq blessed with Yaqub, but there is another child as well, and Yaqub comes out right after his brother, and so that's one of the implications of his name, to follow along his brother. There is an interpretation of his name that we would not accept from an Islamic perspective, which is to supplant, and that is the suggestion that he used trickery, which is not found in the Quran obviously at all, that Yaqub used trickery to take away prophethood from his brother Al-Is, Esau, and replaced him. And obviously to us, a prophet would not employ trickery to become a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So we would reject that interpretation, but this is one thing. He is Aqib. He followed his brother immediately in coming out of the womb. The other one, subhanAllah, is the bushra, the glad tidings. Think about Ibrahim alayhi salam and Sarah when they received the glad tidings of a child. They have not been able to have a child for all of these years. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with Ismail alayhi salam through Hajar alayhi salam 13 years prior. And then suddenly, the angel comes to these older two people, to this old couple. And what does the angel tell Ibrahim alayhi salam and Sarah? Not only did they get the bushra of Ishaq, the bushra of a child Ishaq, وَمِن وَرَاءِ إِسْحَاقَ Yaqub. Like, subhanAllah, look how Allah answers the prayers, and look how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfills the covenant towards his people. That you have a child that is coming, and we have gifted you from that child, a child from that child, and there will be many, many children from that child. And you will live to enjoy both of them, and that is actually part of the bushra. SubhanAllah, part of the glad tidings is that Ibrahim alayhi salam got to see with the coolness of his eyes his son Ishaq and his grandson Yaqub as well. And Yaqub is a beautiful child, a noble prophet of Allah. SubhanAllah, someone who embodies so many of the traits and qualities that we wish we could have, and we learn about his patience in the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, and that's just one dimension. One dimension